Good morning, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. If you like the video, please subscribe. This morning we want to ask, will Trump get his border wall funding? Okay, since the midterms are done, the Republicans won the Senate. The Democrats win the House. A whole lot of possible questions there. There is a small section. It appears there's a small section of the wall. There are 8 prototypes that have been built. They've been busy fixing the border wall. There's a huge caravan of migrants coming through Mexico. Mexico's not stopping them. And apparently they're building a little piece down in Otay Mesa, Calexico. But basically, Trump does not have his border wall. Okay, and Trump ran on this. So is the situation better now that the midterms are up for Trump positively? You have to frame it either positively or negatively. Is Trump positively, is his situation better now that the midterms are over and that they have a nice majority in the Senate, but they have a minority in the House? Is his situation better to get this wall? Let's start with a Celtic, mini Celtic, see what we get. Diamond ring pops out, okay. All right. So is the situation better for getting the wall? Well, it's very difficult. Building the wall is still very difficult. But we have 3 queens. Look at that. 3 queens, and we have two twos. 3 queens and 2 twos. So queens tend to be the situation, very situational. It's a good situation on the bottom for Trump. Okay, the people of America are essentially with him. They want him to build the wall. But it's very difficult. Building this wall is very difficult, even though this is what he ran on. And the midterms, he made the midterms about immigration, and people were like, why aren't you talking about the economy, which is so fantastic? Why are you talking about immigration? Well, he's still talking about immigration, so which a lot of people thought was not a good idea, but it worked. It mostly worked. It would be just an absolute miracle if the Democrats did not take the House. They sort of just barely got the House. So I think under Obama, 68 House seats switched under Obama to Republican, and a whole 25 Senate seats switched. So I think the Republicans actually gained Senate seats, and they lost 26 House seats, which is less than half of what transferred hands under Obama. That's just historically, that's just how stuff works. So, and Trump was constantly talking about the wall and immigration and the problems of immigration. So, Mother Earth, okay, so behind we have handcuffs. So it's going to be very difficult, even though the people of America it's not improved very much, but there's a great commitment to it, and they're going to work on it. And this indicates that maybe he'll get his wall. Maybe he'll get full funding for the wall, which is $1.6 billion, which sounds like a lot of money, but our government throws money around like crazy. Okay, so I think Mother Earth, everything grows in Mother Earth. So this is a conception card. There's a baby in that belly. So it looks like, even though it's very difficult, it looks like a good situation to build this wall. And we got a 2 diamonds on the outcome. I think the situation is improved. I think the situation is improved. So let's just ask, will... Okay, so my battery went out. So is Trump going to get full funding? So this is looking pretty positive. It's looking like a good situation, fairly positive. There's a lot of moving parts here. Is Trump going to get full funding? Because it's very important to Trump and his voting base. I mean, he ran on this and he keeps running on this. Is Trump going to get full funding, the full $1.6 billion for his border wall? Devil, wow. Cup overflowing. Fence sitter, goodness. Okay, so is Trump going to get full funding? We have the devil, cup overflowing, fence sitter, and roses. Cup overflowing is about overflowing emotions. Devil is really stuck and malicious. They're really going to fight him based on emotions and not logic, and it's just going to be, they're just going to sit on the fence, and they're roses, virtue signaling and emotions, and sitting on the fence and blocking. Wow. The other side is going to block and block and block all they can, and none of it's going to be logic. It's all just going to be emotion and virtue signaling. And interestingly, in another reading, in the reading of the 7,000 migrants storming the border, the devil came up again, and I asked, who is the devil? And the devil is someone who says they love the migrants, but they're just using them and they hate them. So I'm not sure who that is, but here's the devil again, and they're just gonna fight every step of the way. Every step, he's gonna get fought. Okay, so an obvious solution is shutting down the government to force them coming to the table, to force the other side, because he offered, Trump previously, way back in the beginning, he offered a great deal on, I think, DACA, and he was just going to make huge concessions and allow a whole bunch of people living illegally in our country. There's like 12 million people living illegally in our country, estimated, and maybe it's more. And he was just going to let them all become citizens for funding for the border wall, and the Democrats just said no, and they just obstructed. So will Trump shut down? And this is one of the 8 prototypes of the border wall. Looks hard to scale. You're going to need a coyote to scale that. So is he going to shut down? Is he going to shut down the government to do this? Ruler, lovers, scapegoat, money. So shut down the government. Is he going to shut down the government? So the ruler is the ruler. Lovers, 10. So 10 and 13, 23, 6 clubs. The scapegoat is outside, and you're just out of luck. So yeah, the ruler's going to shut down the government, and he's going to shut off the money. He's going to shut down the government and shut off the money. So he's going to have to shut down the government to get his border wall. And basically what the government does constantly is it creates maximum chaos and violence in society at all times. And then after the situation becomes so crazy, then the government will step forward and say, oh, we're the solution to this chaos. And then they take away more rights, and they militarize the police, and they take away your rights, and they keep doing this. And they're doing exactly the same thing with the border, We have just the most ridiculous laws. And we have very generous legal immigration. We take 1 million legal immigrants a year. What do we need illegal immigration for? We don't. It's illegal. And we have, okay, so are they going to fix the asylum laws where if you can get in, set your foot in the United States by any means, and then claim asylum? So basically the current scam of the 7,000 migrant caravan is that they just have to get into the United States. Then they claim asylum, and then they're given a court date to return for their asylum claim, and 97% of them never return. They never come back. Okay, and so what happens is all these people just live illegally in America, and they drive down wages, and etc. And they live under false identities. You have to live under a false identity if you're going to live here illegally. Okay, so are they going to fix these existing asylum laws that are encouraging illegal immigration? Are they going to fix them? Sun, Mercury, Scourge, Roadblock. Wow. So are they going to fix the asylum laws? Okay, well, it's being brought to light. Okay, Trump is talking about it and communicating about it, but it's going to be a big battle, and he's going to be fought every step of the way. So they're just going to fight every step of the way to prevent this. 12, 13, 4 hearts for the people. Okay, so it's being brought to the people of America. It's being communicated and brought to light. But there's just a constant fight. It's not clear that he's going to get it. It's not clear that the asylum laws, which is causing these migrant caravans and which is perpetuating this problem. You have to solve the problem so that people will come legally. Okay, are they going to fix birthright citizenship? And this is going to be another no. Are they going to fix birthright citizenship? Straight razor, heart, executioner, hand in hand. So literally, if you people will fly in. People will fly in from Eastern Europe and Russia, and women, and they'll go down to Miami, and they'll stay in expensive hotels, and they'll have their child in the United States, and that child is a U.S. citizen. We just imparted U.S. citizenship to them, and I'm not sure any other country is still doing this, is still allowing this anywhere on the earth except for the United States. So are they, and so also the Mexicans are coming up from the south, and they're having children here, and any child born in the United States, whether they stay or not, is a U.S. citizen and has all the rights and benefits of U.S. citizenship. So it's a huge loophole that is creating a further problem to the illegal immigration. So are they going to fix the birthright citizenship? Straight razor, heart, executioner. Executioner's a judge, 13, 14, 15, 4 clubs, hand in hand. It takes, this is about, heart is about charity. They don't want to end the charity. I also think that this will be blocked. I see nothing but blockages. Here, I see nothing but blockages. Yeah, I see nothing but blockages. Are we going to have, are we going to have full immigration reform? Are we going to have an immigration reform bill? Because the whole system is really broken. And it's intentional. And as I said, the government they create maximum chaos and then pretend to be the solution to that chaos. So a large portion of the electorate wants to keep this chaos in place, this madness, and not fix any of the problems. So is there going to be comprehensive immigration reform under Trump? Mustard seed, crossroad, hamster wheel, Jacob's ladder. All right. So mustard seed is writing the bill. There's decisions. It's a long road. 16 adds 4 spades. Coffin. Jacob's ladder. Okay, step by step. They're talking about it, and it's a long road, and they're going to take steps toward it, but ultimately, 4 spades, it will fail. So under Trump, we are not going to have immigration reform. Interesting. We live in a blocked, everything is blocked. Everything is blocked. Okay, so the basic situation, now that the midterms are passed, what's the basic situation? Well, the people of America really want this wall. Okay, that's why Trump ran on immigration and fixing immigration and America first. Okay, so that's what he was elected for, and that's what they want. But it's very, very difficult. It's going to take a lot of work, but the people of America really want it, and it's a good situation. It's this is a good environment to accomplish this. It's a good environment. Just like Obama had a good environment to accomplish national health care, and I was all for it, okay? I think they did a terrible job on nationalized health care. I think they did a terrible job, and it just completely baffles me how they could do such a terrible job on it. But I was for nationalized health care because it's such a great idea. Everybody needs health care, but they did such a terrible job on it, it's better if we don't have it, frankly. Because the system that they rolled out is just awful. And I don't even know how they did such a terrible job. And maybe they were intentionally doing a terrible job. Okay, so will Trump get full funding, $1.6 billion for his border wall? They're just haters. They're just people with Trump derangement syndrome who just hate Trump. And they're going to talk about their emotions and do a lot of virtue signaling, and they're just going to fight him every step of the way. So this looks blocked. It's all emotions. This is all emotions. There's no rational argument against. It's all emotions and malice. You want a border wall, you must be a Nazi, you must hate immigrants, blah, 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 blah. You know, and he's married to an immigrant. Donald Trump is married to Ivanka Trump, she's not Russian, she's from some Eastern European country. If she's not an immigrant, then no one is. Okay, she's an immigrant. He married a foreign woman. So will he shut down the government? Yes, he will, to force the money issue. Trump, I think, will shut down the government to force it. And this is a tried and true strategy. Bill Clinton did this. He shut down the government to get some stuff done. And it works. You have to basically force these people who pretend to represent us to actually represent us. Will they fix the asylum laws? Okay, and the asylum laws, you can just show up. If you can get your feet in America, you can pretend to be seeking asylum and then never show up for your asylum trial and then just live here illegally forever until they grant you amnesty, which is basically what people are doing. So will they fix the asylum laws? A lot of talking about it, but it's a big fight and it's going to be blocked. It doesn't look like the asylum laws are really going to get fixed. And it's all based on emotion. There's no argument. There's no rational argument against it. It's just all emotions. You know, calling people bad names, nasty names. And interestingly, the Brett Kavanaugh thing, every single Democrat in a swing state who voted against Kavanaugh, people were so upset about the way Kavanaugh was treated that they all didn't get reelected. So that's not really working, but they're going to keep doing it. Okay, so here's birthright citizenship. So fix the asylum laws. Oh, this is birthright citizenship. Okay. Are they going to fix birthright citizenship? Okay, people flying in, people walking in, and their children become citizens. So this is the heart. And again, they're going to work the heart angle, and they're going to shut this down like it's cruel to have an immigration policy, to have people legally immigrate to your country. Like that's a terrible thing, like every other country on the planet. Okay, so they're going to shut that down, and this is going to probably go to a judge, and they're going to cut it, and it's all going to be just a whole bunch of emotional talk and no logic. Okay, so are we going to have immigration reform? Okay, Crossroads is crossing into the long journey to cross into the country. Messages about a long journey. There's going to be a lot of talking about it. Okay, but this adds 16, 4 spades. So ultimately there will not be comprehensive immigration reform. It's just not the time for that yet. There needs to be more chaos will ensue. And I don't know, maybe America will have to drop to 25th place in the world, and everything will just have to go crazy before people do something. That's how I see it. So everything is really blocked. It's a good situation, and they want Trump to do it because that's what he was elected for, but there's a lot of blockage. A lot of blockage and a lot of emotional talking. So that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. If you like the video, please subscribe.